YouTube, welcome back to another video. In this video I'm going to be upgrading this MacBook, the i1342, to the latest macOS. I'm going to be starting off with macOS 10. I'm also going to be installing Windows on here from Windows 7, and we will upgrade that all the way to Windows 11 if possible. We should be able to upgrade to Windows 11 unofficially. We need to upgrade from Windows 7 because the drivers from Bootcamp won't install natively if you just install Windows 10 or Windows 11. So that's why we are going through the upgrade path. And as you can tell on here, on everymac.com, this is the MacBook that I have, but what's confusing is there is two models of this MacBook. Let me just see if I can go back. There we go. There is two models with the same name, and they can get confusing. We have the model i1342, which has a 2.26 GHz Core 2 Duo, the P7 550, and then we have another one which is also model i1342, which was released in 2012. That has a 2.4 GHz Core 2 Duo. It is a mid 2010. The one I have is apparently a Uni Lite 2009, and you can tell these apart from their different models, as this one has a GeForce 320M, and I think this one has a GeForce 9300M or 9400, and you can tell that out. You can find that out by just looking in the description here. As you can see, it has a GeForce 9400M, so that would mean that this is the Lite 2009 unibody. And the newer one, mid 2010, has the GeForce 320M graphics, and it runs at a resolution of 1280x800, and it also has a glossy display, just like the previous one. They both also have 2 GB of memory and 256 MB of VRAM. Sorry, I want to say gigabyte then. Excuse me, as I have another cold coming on, so I'll get my shortness of breath kicks in when I'm not very well. So you'll probably hear me breathing quite heavily. I'm sorry for that. They both have a 8XDL super drive, so it's dual layer. They both have a 250 GB HDD. I have upgraded this one to 1 TB. I've also upgraded the memory to the maximum of 8 GB. I'm not sure if they can support more than 8 GB. I'm going to have to do a bit of research for that. But the MacBook I have identifies as a MacBook 6.1, and the Lite mid 2010 MacBook identifies as a MacBook 7.1. So that's enough for that now. I don't think we need anything else. I'm going to switch over to the MacBook now. It'll be recorded on my camera, as I don't have anything to hook up to my capture device, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm sure the footage will be fine. And I hope you enjoy this video, as I haven't put any out lately, so thanks for sticking around if you're still here. Okay, we are now over to the MacBook, and I am going to, let me just remove this USB. I'm going to show you that I already have Windows 10 installed on here. It just takes a while to boot up, as I don't have Apple OS on here, Mac OS at the moment. I'll just use this. I'll just be using this laptop for basic browsing, to be honest. Watching YouTube mainly. It does take a good few seconds, but we will be loading into Windows in a moment. It takes around 50 seconds to get off that white screen. Maybe it'll be different if macOS is installed. I can't control the brightness on the MacBook because, as I said earlier, the drivers don't work properly if you don't install macOS first, as you need to use Bootcamp to download the drivers for this MacBook. So we'll try doing that first. I do have Windows 7, a disk of Windows 7, 64-bit. I think it's Home Premium that I have. As you can tell, we are now logged into Windows. It's taken around 2 minutes just to get this far, so it's not very fast. But once it's all loaded, you can use it just like a normal computer. Okay, so there we go. For some reason we have the Windows 7, even though I never installed Windows 7 on here. I do use throttle stop, as this stops it being slow most of the time. And I did install Steam. I did play BeamNG Drive on here, but it's not very playable. Let's try that again. As you can see, it's been very slow for some reason now. It wasn't call me a liar. It's not usually this slow. So we're just going to pair it off and then install macOS and then give the hard drive a good clean. So now we just need to wait a moment for the Apple logo to show up. And now things could be faster if I slapped in an SSD, but the truth is I don't have an SSD big enough for what I want to use this MacBook for, as I want to dual boot macOS and Windows together. And there we go, we get the Apple logo. I'm sorry about that, I'm just trying to get rid of the, I'm not sure if that's shown up on camera, but around here there's like little pixels that have been stretched out. Okay, so now let's just readjust the camera. We're going to use English as our main language, and there's preparing installation, and hopefully, yes, we can't open up about this Mac. File, edit. I think we need to go into disk utility and format the drive. Oh, I thought I had a 1 TB drive in here. It's a 500 GB, but that will still do. We want to format it as macOS extended. I'm just going to call it local disk. There we go, and we're going to press erase. Yes, we want to erase all of that. That is all mounted. Okay, so what we are going to do here is click continue to install Mac OS X, and as you will see, I formatted the drive incorrectly. I should have known this, as I have installed Mac OS X before on this MacBook in a previous video, but here we are, and you will see me in a moment rectifying the issue. Enable journaling, so we need to go to open disk utility by choosing utilities and then go to disk utility. Okay, so we need it to be journaled. And then we can just type in local disk again and then press erase. Okay, that is the hard drive formatted. Now on to the next step. Okay, so now that's all done. We can press install. Your computer is not connected. Yes, I know, but right, I have enough batteries, so we can just go ahead and install that. I will speed this process up. As you can see, it's going to take about 31 minutes. So I hope you enjoyed the montage with some nice relaxing music. Okay, as you can see, the installation of macOS X was successful. I'm going to click restart now, and hopefully it should load into macOS X, and I think we should have to enter some information. Okay, we're going to select United Kingdom as our language and British as my keyboard layout. I do not need to transfer any information at the moment. And then click continue. Next, I'm going to select my Wi-Fi network and input my network password. Next, we are going to enter our Apple ID if we have one. I don't have one at the moment, so I'm just going to click continue on things that I can. Things that I can't, I will have to fill in. Okay, so now we need to provide my full name and account name and all that goodness, just so we can sign into our account. What I'm trying to do here is configure my wireless keyboard and mouse that I ordered off Amazon, but unfortunately for me, macOS X does not like this keyboard and it does not like the layout, so I have to choose a default layout that is pre-built into the macOS operating system. Now with that over and done with, we can finally exit out of that and go over to the Finder up in the top left corner and verify that we have indeed installed macOS version 10.6.3, I believe that says, and we have 8GB of installed memory, and we have the Core 2 Duo at 2.26 GHz. I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm just looking through all the contents, information. I'm new to macOS. I don't know what most of this stuff means, so I'm just having a nose around. That's where you can see me just clicking on things and scrolling and just doing random things. We have some updates that we need to install for all of support, airport utility, macOS X update combined, iTunes and remote desktop client update. And I do believe we have some more updates after these have installed, so I will speed these updates up as fast as I can, so the video is not too long as it's already over my preferred time limit as it is. So I hope you enjoyed the rest of this video. Okay, after the first reboot, after the updates, we can verify that macOS X 10.6.8 from Board Update is now installed by going to the Finder, and then we can try and install Windows 7, which fails drastically. It does not want to download the Bootcamp files, so I'm guessing I need to update to a newer macOS X. And as you can see from here, we have some more updates for the Apple software installer update, iTunes, Safari, security update from 2013, Java for Mac OS X, Mac App Store update, and migration assistant update for Snow Leopard. So we're going to get these installed and then we will try Bootcamp. Okay, so the MacBook has restarted, all updates are installed, and as you can see here, it wants me to download Flash Player, which as we all know is been discontinued, but me anyway clicks on the download link because I wanted to see what would have happened, and we get a nice big fat access denied page. I just wanted to double check that all the software was up to date, and as you can see by this dialog, all software has been updated successfully. Okay, this is where I try and go to find Bootcamp, which I do manage to eventually find. Sorry about my voice, by the way, you might have noticed it sounds different. That's because I had another cold. I'm poorly again. But anyway, here goes my attempt to install Windows, and it failed. So until then, I will see you in the next episode. If you want to see more of this MacBook's upgrade journey, then please don't forget to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below if you would like to see me try any certain games on this MacBook.